大家好，欢迎来到我们线上教育展的下一场精彩讲座。我是今天的主持人 Claudia，很开心陪大家一起探索不同国家的语言学习机会。讲到学英文，很多人第一个想到就是英国啊、美国啊、加拿大啊这些英语系国家，但其实亚洲有一个非常受台湾学生欢迎，生活费也超亲民，环境又超国际化的地方，就是泰国曼谷。而我们今天要介绍的就是泰国最受好评的语言学校之一 International House Bangkok。IH 是全球知名的语言教育品牌，而 IH Bangkok 更是在东南亚地区非常有名，高品质的教学、专业的英语老师、国际学生的组合，甚至 TESOL 的教师培训中心。在生活方面更不用说了，在曼谷不但物价友善、交通方便，而且周末还可以安排小旅行。你可以一边学英文，一边喝泰奶，一边按摩放松，这绝对是最舒服的语言学习组合。待会学校代表会大家认识课程类型、住宿选择、学生组成，以及为什么越来越多年轻人选择曼谷来提升英文能力或是学习泰文。现在就让我们以最热烈的心情欢迎 International House Bangkok 的 Danny。Hello, Danny.
Hi, good afternoon.
Okay, so
Would you like me to start now?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So welcome to Thailand, everybody. My name's Danny Wilcox. I'm the managing director of International House Bangkok, but I've been a teacher trainer, and done everything in the school. So I'm probably the best one to tell you all about it right now. But the main thing that we can say is I'm from England. Normally, students might say, I want to go and study English in England, but we have a phrase in Bangkok, and that phrase is, it's better in Bangkok. And we give 5 reasons for that. So if you compare Bangkok to, say, London, where I'm from, we can say, and maybe you agree, better weather, better food for sure. I quite like going to Taipei and eating in the markets, the same as Thailand. So they have the same culture, I think, in Taipei, Taiwan, and also in Thailand. Better prices. So first of all, the flight is only 3.5 hours away. Secondly, our courses, because of the cost of the environment, are cheaper. And thirdly, the accommodation is much cheaper, much, much, much. So overall, the package means you can stay longer, but still get the best teaching. Because the fourth thing I want to say is the best teaching, and the last thing, more fun. Bangkok is the great city of fun. Why do I say the best teaching? Well, where do you expect our teachers to come from? I mean, I guess logically you might say Thailand or the surrounding areas. But let me just share the screen with you. Okay. And yeah, this one here. Actually, is this one coming? Yeah. Okay. So our teachers come from England, America, and Canada, all of them. And the reason is we are the biggest Cambridge teacher training center in Asia. And before the pandemic, when we were in the world. So we train over 600 teachers a year, and we take the best ones from the best course. So it really means we're getting the best of the best. And like I said, mostly a British, second American, and third Canadian, but you don't have to fly too far. Okay, if I were to go through now, looking at the courses that we do. Well, first of all, let's tell us where you are. We're right in the middle of Sukhumvit Road, which is the main road going through Bangkok. As you can see from the map, we're between two stations, BTS Nana and BTS Asok. So it's 350 meters from Nana and 500 meters from Asok. So it's very convenient. And Asok also has an MRT and a famous building called Terminal 21. Okay. If we look at our courses, you're now going to see the same courses that you would expect if you went to UK, USA, Canada, or Australia for that matter. So we call these the study holiday courses, and we have 4 levels: elementary, pre-intermediate, intermediate, and upper intermediate. If somebody comes and they're not elementary, they can do a private class beforehand, and then when they get to elementary, join the group classes. If we look then, the most popular course here is the GE 15. So GE, General English, 15 is the number of hours per week. So 5 days a week, Monday to Friday, 5 times 3 is 15. And you study in the morning, but not the afternoon. So the lessons, the 3 hours are 9 o'clock to 11, 15-minute coffee break, and 1 more hour focusing on speaking. If you'd like to study more than that, then you might want to join the G25, which has the same class in the morning, but also another 2 hours in the afternoon, making 5. So the weekly is 25. The next course along is what we call BE 25. So instead of general English in the afternoon, you do business English in a group. Those group, the maximum number of students are 12. So if we have more than 12, we split the classes. So at the moment at our school, we have 2 groups of elementary, 2 groups of pre-intermediate, and 2 groups of upper intermediate. So there's more than 70 students on this course. And the range of nationalities, we've got over 60 different nationalities. Probably 60% from Asia, 35% from Europe, and 5% from other countries. One class in February, we had 12 students, and they were from 12 different countries. That doesn't always happen, but it was very nice. So those are the 3 main courses. So each of them is the G15 in the morning. And if it's just G15, you finish, but you've got the extra classes with the G25 and B25. The next 2, you can see the IBE. So the I stands for intensive. They don't study in the morning, but they join the business group in the afternoon. And why it's called intensive, because if we look over here, we've got private hours. So they do 15 hours, which is 3 hours a day, or 10 hours a week, which is 2 hours a day. So they're doing quite a lot of private work on top of the business classes, all for business. Okay, so those are the intensive classes. Okay. The next one is the exam 25. Again, the exam 25 starts with the G15 in the morning, and then the private in the afternoon, 2 hours a day, usually at 1:15, and they study for whatever exam they want to do. So often it's IELTS, it can be a Cambridge exam, TOEFL, TOEIC, something like that. If we just look at the next column, exam 10, so that's just no group in the morning, but just the private 10 hours. So someone who just wants to study those private hours. And then the last one is the mix 25, which is similar to the exam 25. You do the G15 in the morning, and then if you look in the afternoon, same private, but you don't do an exam. It can be anything that the student wants. So it could be presentations practice, It could just be more corrections and more personal attention. It could be fluency or accuracy in speaking, grammar. So whatever the student wants to do. Okay, so those are the courses. Now, if we just get an example, you can see the prices. So the General English 15 is in Thai baht. Now, actually, the Thai baht and the Taiwanese dollar are actually almost one-to-one the same. So I'm saying Thai baht, but you can think Taiwanese dollar. So the first week is always, if you study just 1 week, more expensive because we give the books away. But as you study longer, the price per week gets cheaper. So if we take an example, if you look at the 4 weeks, 4 to 6 weeks, so we would do 4 weeks times 6,750 baht. So how much is that? I'll give you time. I've done it many times, so I don't need to think. So the answer's 27,000 baht, or 27,000 Taiwanese dollars. Okay. Now, we do have other fee, a one-time registration fee of 3,000 baht. So 27,000 plus 3, 30,000. Now, just remember, please, 4 weeks costs 30,000 Taiwanese dollars for the education, the course only. Obviously, that's our cheapest course because it's the fewest, but it gives a very good example. Later, we will show you the accommodation and you can see what the best price you can get for 1 month in Bangkok with the accommodation and the lessons. And the flights, I mean, you can fly from Taipei to Bangkok for around 5,000 baht or 5,000 Taiwanese dollars with some of the cheaper airlines. Okay, we also have private courses. You can do one-to-one general English for adults or young learners. You can do IELTS exams, business English, TOEIC, or TOEFL, or Cambridge exams. One thing I would say to anyone, if you're thinking of studying at university in America and you're thinking about a TOEFL, because that obviously comes from America, actually, the equivalent, the IELTS, is now accepted in many, many, many of the American universities. And if I had a choice of teaching either one, it would certainly be IELTS. And if I was the student, oh my goodness, it would definitely be IELTS. It's much more interesting. The papers, the topics, everything that you do is a lot more interesting. All right. We also have some specialist courses, but we won't look at those now. Now, one thing we do have is a focus on the IELTS. So what is IH Bangkok most famous for? Training over 600 teachers a year. Yes. Secondly, what it's most famous for, the study holidays. I just showed you the activities that go with it to make it lots of fun and having, good lessons and a good time in Bangkok. But recently, we were made an IELTS exam center. So, and you can see here with IDP. So we created a course called the IELTS Victory Course. Now, what we do is we give you an IELTS placement test before to get your level. And if you look, you could be 5, 5.5, 6. And we will say, we'll give you a 4-week course, 25 hours, and we guarantee that you'll improve half a point. Now, every single student we've had has at least improved that. But some have improved 1.5. That's rare, but often we have ones that improve 1 point. But we're guaranteeing 0.5. You, of course, have to come to the lessons and you, of course, have to do the homework. But if you do that, for sure, you'll get it. So you go online with us, we do a test before, you do the speaking, and we can say, right, this is your starting point. But the really good thing is that if you do the course with us, because we're an IELTS centre, you can finish on a Friday and on a Saturday morning, come to our school and do the official test. And even better news for 2026, it's free. So a free IELTS official exam with every IELTS Victory course. So we hope, you feel that that's a great promotion. Okay. We also have young learner camps. So we have them during the Chinese New Year. So we've got 6 weeks from the 19th of January to the 27th of February. So the nationalities that come there are obviously, because Europeans are not on holiday, mostly from Asia. But we also have a summer camp for 10 weeks from June to the end of August, where we have more of a nationality mix. You can study for 1 week or up to 10 weeks if you wish. So we've got the prices there. For these courses, different from the regular study holiday, we also include lunch every day, and we also include all the activities. So it tells you there. The minimum age is actually 5, but we don't have many then. But what you need is that for every child needs to be able to read. Otherwise, they can't, follow the lessons in the books and things like that. So that's up to 15, but the main courses that we showed earlier, you need to be 16 or above. Most of the students are in their 20s or early 30s. And yeah, with the younger ones, they've always been welcomed, but we need to be 16. I mean, if someone was, 15 and 16 next week and they're very mature, we might say to them, okay, join with the adults rather than, many of the youngers. We obviously, for these young learner classes, we don't have 15-year-olds with 6-year-olds or 8-year-olds, but we do have some different age groups. The reason for that is they're put in the levels by their ability, their language ability, not purely their age. So it's a bit of a mix. And that's better because, in a regular school, you've got the best students going too slow, the worst students not really understanding, and the middle students, they're being catered for. Whereas what we do is we test them and hopefully they're all of a similar level in each class. Okay. So this one includes the level test, classes, certificates, lunch, activities and excursions, but not the accommodation, all right? We'll come to the accommodation that we use for both the main courses and this Young Learner Centre. Okay, so the actual course itself, and we have videos that can be shown by the team in Taiwan if you're interested in this. But as you can see, in the mornings on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, it's studying from family and friends, or maybe the older ones will study from Shining Light or another series. But obviously the teachers are adapting and making it fun. We have lunch at the school, and then in the afternoon, they have project work, which often means like a science experiment or building something, making something. So I think last year, I mean, you can see some pictures there. The most interesting was, building robots or battery cars, and growing mold was one that was quite interesting. Okay, but on Tuesday and Thursday, we take them out. Tuesday's an educational trip. They already have materials from the teachers given to them, and they have to complete tasks. Thursday, it really is for the kids just to have fun. Maybe it's a water park or a theme park, as opposed to Tuesday, where it could be a farm, an aquarium, the planetarium, a museum, something like that. All right, so that's it. Now, that timetable is really built so that the parents can come as well. Now, parents can study themselves. The timetable starts and finishes at the same time for the adult groups and the young learner groups. Or they can just come to the school, drop them off each day, and then maybe enjoy a holiday. Okay, so that's the young learners camps. We do Thai. It's smaller than the English classes, but we have lots of individual private classes. So you can do all the different skills individually. You do need to do that because there are 76 letters in the Thai alphabet, 44 vowels and 44 consonants and 32 vowels. So there are a lot to remember. So I can speak, but I can't write very well. So a lot of those are private, but we are doing small groups in the afternoon as well. So they're very small, between 2 and 4 students. So that's good value. 10 hours for 6,000 baht. Okay, that's the Thai. Now, our newest course, which we're very happy with, is called the Senior Sunset course. Now, if you look, we've got the age range 50 to 101, right? Well, we don't really expect too many 101, but look, if we put 50 plus, what about someone who's 78? Yeah, sure they can come. But if we didn't put 101, they might think they're a bit too old. Last year, before we had this specific course, we had a French couple who are 74 and 76, and they joined for 3 months, and they had a great time and did every activity. So that gave us an idea. So we've finished these 2025, but next year, the first Sunday of every month, we can do it for the 15 days. And why I say 15 days, it's Sunday to Sunday. There are 2 accommodation options, but for the seniors, I really would just recommend Furama. Why? Because it's walkable, 10-minute walk. It's 750 meters from the school. It's a 4-star hotel, and you get breakfast as well. And if you're a couple, you only have to pay for breakfast for the second person extra. Okay. If you find your own accommodation, it's 34,500. But if you want the course plus the accommodation at Furama, 62,400. Okay. So what happens on the course? Well, on the first Sunday, we pick you up from the airport and take you to the hotel, check in, allow you to relax. On the Monday, one of our team will come over to the Furama Hotel, welcome you, and then walk you to the school. And you will join the General English 15 class and be part of that at whatever level you test. And then afterwards, there's a local tour. And we end up finishing in a nice Thai traditional restaurant. Now, if I just come down a bit here, the package includes level test, classes, certificates, all the activities, and lunch on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So on Tuesdays and Thursdays, you can choose your own. But we have options for you if you need any advice. Okay, just going through some of the activities. Well, I'll pick out some of them. So one of them, trying on Thai traditional costumes at this Wat Arun, which is absolutely beautiful. Fruit Mania Party. Thailand's famous for its fruit, and we get about 20 different fruit, and we do have a tasting and a ranking, and it's very enjoyable. Fridays, we always have drink with the teacher or drink with any of our team. And we often have 60 or 70 people go out of an evening and, relax, have a great time together. Saturday, there's a trip to Ayutthaya, which is here, the old capital. So it includes temple tours, floating market, and there's a little bit of a river cruise as well, and also a nice meal in a Thai restaurant. One other class that's fun is the Thai cooking class. We all get competitive then to see who can make the best meal or make the best dessert. So it's really nice. Another one on Wednesday evening is we go to Wat Po, which is famous for massage with blind monks. But we have a river cruise and buffet down to the Grand Palace, turn around, come back, and then there's a cabaret and singing show. And that's about a 2-hour cruise. Really nice, that. Then finally, we have another drink with the teacher to say goodbye to the friends. But on the Saturday, we take you to the biggest open air market in the whole of Southeast Asia. Obviously, one of our team goes with you because you can definitely get lost. So we do a few hours shopping in the morning, lunch, a couple more to get all the presents for the family, souvenirs and friends, and without panicking where to get things. And obviously, our team can advise and help bargaining. Okay. So that's a special one. We've already got quite a lot of bookings for next year. So we can see that this is going to be popular. And you've probably guessed I qualify for this course. So if it was me, I would join as well. All right. Okay, we have a lot of information in our brochures, which you can see. Visas. Okay, brilliant. You don't need a visa to come to Thailand. You get one on arrival. You can get 60 days on arrival, I think. And that can easily be extended by 30. So, you know, if suddenly you decided on a Thursday you wanted to come and join the course, we could probably get you in on the Monday. We do airport transfers and the accommodation is coming soon. Right. In our brochure, I'm just going through it. It just gives you more information about all the courses, but I'll move on through that quickly. You can get one read later if you want to read more. Okay, but what I wanted to show you was our accommodation. Now we have 3 types. VP Tower is the cheapest one, and if you can see, it's 1,200 baht per night, right? But if you multiply that by 14, it's already more than the monthly price. Okay, so 15,000, 15,500. Okay, it's a lot cheaper than for 2 weeks. You might as well stay for a month. Okay, so if we take that number, 15,500 plus the 30,000, it's 45,000, just more Taiwanese dollars for a month in Thailand, including the course and accommodation if you go with the cheaper one. And if it's a couple, then you can even divide that by 2. You can see that this one has a pool. It's quite reasonable. And we here tell you the size and who can use it. Okay. Now then, if it were me though, I would probably stay in this one. It's quite a little bit of an upgrade. But again, this is weekly, not per night, but the weekly price is 9,100. If you multiply that by 4, you get 36,400. But you can see it's 22,000. And this one, you can see the rooms are really nice. It's only 2 stations away from us. There's a gym, saltwater pool, which is quite rare. So really nice. What we recommend, again, sorry, you can see the size and who it's for, the maximum that could stay there. But the one that we recommend for the seniors is this one because it's a 4-star hotel. It's a 750-meter or 10-minute walk. And it's 51,000 breakfast included. And again, if it's a couple, all they need to do is add another 3,000 baht. So it's 54,000 for 2 with breakfasts for a month in a 4-star hotel, which is walkable to the school. All right, and you can see the rooms are nice there. Okay, now on the regular courses where everything's not included, we just wanted to show you that we do have sign up 4 days a week. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. The way we arrange it is that it's traditional things normally on a Wednesday, like Jim Thompson's house or a museum, usually. Thursday, it's modern things. So if you look, you've got like markets, tasting the food, Chinatown, shopping, yeah, which are more modern things. Friday is, we always do the drink with the teacher, but it's not drinking just only. We get the restaurant. And one Friday, we all played golf on the top of a roof of a skyscraper. So there are different things we do, but that's usually very popular. And we can have different things on a Saturday, Jatujak, Thai class, Thai cooking classes, or go to an island, or Hua Hin, or a national park. And you can see here examples of people, some of the activities. See the one here in the middle, the cooking. That's nice. And then trying on the traditional costumes is very nice there. Okay. Now, nationalities. We have students from over 60 countries in any given year. And really, this is what's important, the community that you're with. In February, we had one pre-intermediate class with 12 students and 12 different countries, which was amazing. I mean, that doesn't happen every week, but we do have a good range of nationalities. So if you go to England, who do you talk to? Well, you talk to your friends, don't you? You don't have long chats with the shopkeeper or things like that. You normally talk to your friends. So if your friends are from different nationalities, then you can see it works. You have to speak English. So just an example, Fabian, he started with us at elementary and is upper intermediate now. Yep, Jongbeam from Korea. Stefan from Germany. Mayu was with us long term. She's a nurse. She actually got a job as a nurse in another country as well. We have Myanmar, Belgium, Switzerland, a really big range. And every Friday we take a nice photo, and it's really cosmopolitan.